Have you ever wondered how far entitlement can go?
Heck no! I swear, you are gonna be so much trouble for doing this.
Watch as police body cams capture the shocking moments when audacity meets justice. These Karens push the limits and the law, only to face the consequences head on. These are 4 times when entitled Karens could not stop breaking the law. Case number 1. On October 16th, 2021, Florida police responded to a call from a local Walmart about 3 women shoplifting. When the store's loss prevention team tried to stop them, they ran out through the front doors.
So what happened?
Early 90s, he was talking to me. Somebody had me
She was buying a drink or whatever.
that one all filled out and then if I
Standing up the customer host with the cart, talking to the customer host in the front of the store. So once the
Luckily, an officer arrived at the scene just as they were fleeing. As you'll soon see, their situation didn't turn out well for them. The red-haired woman repeatedly offered to go back to the checkout to get a receipt, but that didn't change the fact that she broke the law. She also didn't seem to think it was a big deal to run from loss prevention, simply because she didn't want to deal with the police.
Y'all all are supposed to stay there when they were talking to y'all, and then you decided you were going to try and step off.
The cops, so I offered to go back to the line to get a receipt, and he said he was calling the cops, so I just left the cart and left. Because I don't cops for what, you know?
Charge 49 cents, I have 2 to 10, that's all.
I asked him if he wanted me to go back to the checkout line, and he said no.
Okay, then why is she running?
Police officers decided to ask witnesses to what happened in the store. The officer does a great job of keeping the situation calm while offering advice most shoplifters might not know. If it's your first time shoplifting, you're unlikely to go to jail, though it's still possible.
No? Okay, let me see your bag real fast. Why is it all small denominations?
What do you mean? Once I'm a dancer, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a dancer.
Clean your pockets out for me. Just put everything on the car.
However, with each repeat offense, the chance of being jailed increases significantly. $949 is a very high number for shoplifting, and depending on the location, it can turn into a felony. From what the other officer said, that might be the case in this situation. All 3 women were banned from Walmart and charged with felony grand theft, which can lead up to 30 years in prison and fines up to $10,000.
Yeah, I told you all that.
I'm going to jail.
What part? It's a felony.
I will.
Hold on. If someone did some felony shit to your family, you'd want them to go to jail, right?
I understand. My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab all that and I'm gonna confer with you guys what all is what, because all your shit kind of got lobbed together for a second. Set up. Oh.
Unfortunately, there's little information available online about what happened to them afterward. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life encounters captured on camera. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Case number 2. On May 26, 2023, Florida officers were called to a local Walmart after a woman was caught skip scanning items at the self-checkout. When the officers arrived, she was still in the store.
We can have her for a stop. Unless I can get her with Dev now with her skip scanning.
If she's skip scanning and she's putting stuff in the buggy, I mean, it's kind of articulatable. And she's.
Oh, y'all good then? Yeah, that's all y'all need?
She's putting it in.
Yes, she's putting.
So they approached her to confront her, but that didn't go too well. It's amusing that she keeps mentioning she has money in her bank account.
This whole time buying stuff, I have money. Where did you put a damn phone at?
Office over here.
Okay, but can you stop being so tight? You're embarrassing me.
Especially since the officers haven't told her why she's being arrested yet. The fact that she assumes it's for theft shows she's aware she was doing something wrong. For someone who claims to know her rights, she doesn't. Legally, she's required to provide her name in this situation, and refusing to do so could lead to an additional charge.
Just need to go anyway. Do you have ID on you?
No, but you don't need my ID until you're telling me why I'm being detained.
I told you you're being detained
For what?
pending investigation into shoplifting. You're not giving me your name.
No,
Okay.
I refuse.
So you're gonna catch a resisting charge on top.
You are resisting my rights.
She's directing her anger at the wrong people here. She was already caught skip scanning, and if this were happening to someone truly innocent, the police handling the arrest aren't the ones to argue with. That'll only lead to a resisting charge. If she's innocent, she should stay quiet.
I promise you,
You're about to go to the ground.
No, you're about to get in trouble and lose your thing. I know my rights. You're detaining me, and it hurts me. And there's no reason for you to be that aggressive. I'm sorry if you have problems at home, but I ain't there.
Wait for her lawyer and let the charges be thrown out later. Once again, that's not how it works. She's being arrested, which gives the officers the right to search her belongings.
No! I swear, you are gonna be so much trouble for doing this. It's not okay.
They found drugs, so they can add a possession charge to her case. She didn't get what she wanted. She was arrested and charged with petty theft, resisting, possession of paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. Her sentencing hasn't been made public, but the officers who arrested her are still serving today. This woman took no responsibility for her actions and wouldn't even admit that she was doing wrong. Case number 3. On May 4th, 2023, Officer Perez with the St. Cloud Police Department in Florida was called to Walmart for an attempted retail theft. A woman had been seen pretending to pay for items at the self-checkout.
She went to the register and she just like put it inside the bag without scanning.
And then trying to leave the store. Unfortunately for her, as you'll soon see, she exploded as soon as she was caught.
Put your hands behind your back. What it is? Stay right here.
The suspect quickly tried several ways to avoid getting into the car. Which the officers noticed after she asked to go to the bathroom. It's ridiculous how a grown woman like this is trying to avoid taking responsibility for her actions.
You're fine. You're fine. Just breathe, okay?
I gotta breathe. Can I just like to breathe?
You and after. Just sit down and relax, okay?
She knew full well that she was doing something wrong when she was shoplifting. Anxiety attacks can often flare up in situations like this for the people who truly suffer from the condition. However, this woman's actions suggest that her behavior may be faked. Meth is a dangerous drug, and some of her symptoms do align with withdrawal. However, the widespread belief online seems to be that she's faking. The officers are under no obligation to let this woman smoke a cigarette. They're only doing it out of kindness as they feel she's going through a difficult time.
I have his ID, really bad.
That's fine. So.
I'm gonna call. I shouldn't have done it.
Just a few moments ago, she was complaining about not being able to breathe.
Just breathe. Just breathe, okay?
I gotta breathe. Can I just like to breathe?
Smoking a cigarette is probably the worst thing she could do for that issue, which makes it seem more likely that she's been faking her symptoms. The suspect was arrested and taken in, but because her name was censored, it's difficult to find any information about her case online. Either way, fleeing like that can turn a simple shoplifting charge into a felony in Florida. As a result, she could face up to 5 years in prison compared to most people who don't even receive jail time for petty theft. Case number 4. On October 19th, 2021, Albuquerque police officers were called to the Four Hills Studio apartment complex after receiving a 911 call about 2 very young children being left alone. Their mother, who they were supposedly living with, was nowhere to be found.
Hello, police department. What's going on, guys? Is everything okay over here? We got called out here to check up on you guys. It's okay. Nobody's in trouble. Yeah, nobody's in trouble.
The daughter was about 7 years old and the son was only 9 years old. The children were terrified, having the police come into their home while they were all alone Well, that would scare any child, especially at such a young age. The disdain in the officer's voice was obvious. These are two young children who should never have been left unattended. It took Samantha about 20 minutes to arrive after the phone call. Leaving children alone, this young especially,
well, she knows to stay home and you can mind your business and yeah.
I could mind my business if there wasn't
It's not a violation of a law. You just need to mind your business.
No, a 7-year-old.
So who the fuck told you know what you're doing? Get away from my house.
Okay, there's an officer inside your apartment.
even for a short time, can be considered child abandonment or child endangerment, both of which fall under the abuse umbrella.
Okay,
I have the right to refuse.
This is a child abuse
I have
investigation.
The they're not even been abused.
Yes, it is
no,
an abuse.
Not.
This is a
they're
neglect
they're not
investigation.
Abused.
All right,
Who
let's
called
talk
the
over
cops
here.
on me? First off, I want to know.
Which of your neighbors ratted on you?
Yes,
okay?
who snitched on me? I want to know who it was first. And then second of all...
So you don't see a problem with leaving your children
no,
in this
because
apartment?
they've been...
She shouldn't be so flippant if she truly cares about her kids, because these are serious charges that could result in them being taken away from her. She kept insisting that her kids were fine, but there was every opportunity for something to happen to them while she was gone. She doesn't seem to realize that a crime has already been committed, and she'll need to answer for it.
You need to walk away so that you're not upsetting her so much.
I don't need to walk away from my doorway, sir. So let's...
On top of that, she's using her young daughter's distress to try to guilt the police into leaving, which is despicable. The officers had to take her down to the ground because she started physically resisting them. Due to her size, it was difficult to get the handcuffs on while she was resisting.
This is ridiculous.
Oh my God!
In the meantime, another unit was called in to assist. Her behavior in this situation perfectly matches what everyone expects from someone who leaves their young children alone for hours. She's acting petulant and trying to squirm her way out of a situation she created simply because she doesn't like the outcome. It just shows how much of a Karen she is by not taking accountability. Samantha was transported and booked on charges of battery on an officer, assault on an officer, child abandonment, and no driver's license. Surprisingly, 6 months later, she was arrested again after accidentally shooting her son's toe off during an argument with her boyfriend. In that case, she was charged with 2 counts of child abuse, to which she pleaded guilty. Facing up to 9 years in prison, she was given a suspended sentence of 1 year in jail and 5 years probation. Tell us, do you believe these individuals learned their lesson, or do you think they would act the same way again? Which Karen encounter do you think had the most satisfying outcome? Let us know in the comments below.